What's up everybody, Greg here with Lensprotogo and Lens Rentals, and in our last video on the Phantom Veo 4K, we showed you all of the buttons, ports, knobs, exterior things on the Phantom Veo 4K, and in today's video I'm going to show you how we rig it out and how I've been using it for the past couple days for all the behind the scenes videos that you'll probably end up seeing. So starting off, we already have a cage built. It's all from wooden camera, so on the top here we have our wooden camera cheese plate with a NATO rail for our top handle. On the left side we have some more NATO rail which adds a bunch of mounting points with 3/8 and 1/4 20. On the bottom we have our unified base plate which gives us options to add 15mm rails. And you can use these for either lens support, or we use them for our battery plate on the back, which I'll show you when we get to that. So let me just lock those in. On the top, like I said, we have our top handle. So we can just slide this right on and lock that down. This top handle also adds a bunch of mounting points from 1/4 20 and 3/8 as well. So with this top handle, there's definitely plenty of mounting options on this camera, so we can mount tons of accessories and other things, which you'll see later. So after we have all of our cage and hardware mounted, what we're gonna do is start wiring this thing up. If you spin the camera around here, we're gonna grab a cable, which is this one right here. It's the Cameo 081 130 1818. It basically goes from a 6-pin Fisher cable to a 12-pin Fisher cable, and this is going to send power out of this into the camera. So we're going to go into the camera power on the right side here, and then right into the 12-volt capture port for our power into the camera. After that, you can also hook up the other Cameo cable, which is the 081 140 2418, and this is going to go out of the 7-pin Fisher cable and the camera serial on the breakout box, and that's going to go into the left side right next to the captured 12-volt in, into the 1632-volt VDC. Should line up those red dots, and that's going to get you camera control and camera information from the remote port on the top here, which you can use either using this little Bluetooth dongle, or you can use a hardwire into it into a control unit like this one, where you're gonna have all of your camera controls, so you don't need to be right up next to it to be able to control it if it's in kind of a bad spot. So we'll just plug this right in the top, spin around, it'll drop in. After we hook up that little Bluetooth module, the next thing we can do is start hooking up power. So what we're gonna do is grab this base plate. We have a V-Lock battery base plate with a swing arm from Wooden Camera, and that's just gonna go right onto the rails in the back. Slide that in and lock it down. And then we're gonna take the 4-pin XLR and go into the battery in on the right side here on the bottom. And now we're gonna have power running from our battery plate once we attach a battery into the Cameo, out of the power here and into the Veo 4K. Now from here you can actually hook up a battery if you want to, but with this camera it automatically turns on as soon as there's power to it, so that's how you actually turn it on and off, is just by attaching power. So I'm going to wait before I put on this battery because I have a couple other things to build out on it. The next thing is adding a monitor or viewfinder. As you can see, there's no display on here, so there's no way to see the menus and do navigation and actually shoot without having a separate monitor. I just use the 1703 small HD monitor, which we include in our kit, and this has a V-mount plate on the back so you can add a battery, or we also send it with a LEMO pin, 2-pin to D-tap. So I'm just going to power this off the plate. So if I spin this around here, we'll just push it into the plate, and then that power is going to go into the input on the small HD. Hopefully you guys can see that. Just putting in the power in there. And then we're also going to mount a flex arm. This is a Wooden Camera dual ball flex arm with some like screwy things. So we're going to screw that in. You can mount this wherever you want. I like to just do it right in the front, so I have the most flexibility for kind of putting it out if I did want to grab it handheld and have it in front of me. So we'll take that and then just screw this one into the back of the monitor. Tighten that down. Tighten all these arms down. The next thing is we need to get signal out of the camera into the monitor, and for that we're going to use this mini BNC to full-size SDI. So that's just going to go in right in the side. That just pushes in. It's pretty hard to pull out, but you do just pull out on it, so you'll feel like you're kind of breaking it, but there is no like lock and collar or anything. It just kind of clips in there. So we're just going to push it on again, And then we're going to take the SDI and go into the SDI input. So now we have power going from the battery plate to the monitor. We have signal going from the camera to the monitor. We have power and control going from the breakout box into the camera. So I think we're pretty much ready. Let's just throw a lens on it. Got one down here. This is the lens that I used for most of the shoot for all the behind the scenes videos that you'll see. This is the Zeiss macro planar 50mm. It's a nice macro lens. It's pretty fast as a t2.1. And you can get some really close macro shots with it, which is why it was perfect for this shoot. I'm gonna mount this EF lens. And now we're pretty much ready to boot this thing up. So let's just throw a battery on it. And you'll hear as soon as I put this on, the fan's gonna kick on because the camera will turn itself on. And there you go. That is how we set it up and rigged it out for our shoot and what I was shooting with over the weekend. If you guys have any questions about why we did things the way we did, make sure to leave those in the comments below. If you guys want to see more videos on the Phantom Veo 4K, definitely check out the channel. There's going to be some links in the description below and at the end of this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you want to see more, make sure to subscribe for new videos every single week, and I'll see you in the next one.